What's going on, guys? Tattooed Entrepreneur here, and today I'm going to be giving you an updated tutorial on the automation software Jarvee. Alright guys, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, I'm the Tattooed Entrepreneur. On this channel we talk everything digital marketing, growing on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We talk about how to make passive income online, everything entrepreneurship. So if that's the content you're looking for, please consider subscribing. If you find value in the video, please smash that like button. Alright, so why am I making an updated tutorial for Jarvee for 2019? Well, I'm getting a lot of messages from you guys saying you've been getting action blocked. Instagram's new algorithm has lowered the like and follow actions per day. I'll go over that with the settings for this tutorial. Now, if this is the first time and you don't know what Jarvee is, I have a tutorial on Jarvee that I did back in 2018 that'll show you how to download and pay for the program and initially get it set up. I'll link that above and I'll link that below. If you need to go watch that to get up to speed, then you can come back and get the 2019 settings from this video. So listen, let me not waste your time. Let's jump into the computer and we'll go over the settings that we're gonna use. All right guys, so I got Jarvee pulled up here. Now this is the main page when you get to Jarvee, jarvee.com. This is where you actually go to download the program. Like I said, I'm not gonna go over that whole spiel again. It's in the original video, linked below if you wanna go ahead and watch it. They do offer a free trial. So if you just want to try it out and see if it works and see that it's legit, you can access that here below. All right, so pulling up Jarvee, this will be your main interface. Now, I really like the way this program's set up. They did a really good job. It's a lot better than Follow Adder. It's a lot more organized. So when you first pull up Jarvee, you'll have probably no accounts here. If you've already been using the program, then everything will be populated right here. I'm actually going to be adding a new account to my list of existing accounts and showing you how I would set it up if it was a brand new account for 2019. I'm creating an account for my YouTube channel, which is an Instagram account that I'll use to cross-promote my YouTube channel and Instagram. And I'll show you how I'm going to set it up right now. So this is the main Jarvee interface. You got your social profiles, where it'll list all the profiles you have. You have your tool settings, which will show you what you're running, the follow back, like, comment, follow, unfollow actions. Now what you do is click social profiles, go to add profile. I've already done it, so I'm not going to go through it. But what it'll do is it'll bring up this screen right here. You'll go down. You'll type in the name of account. Right here, it'll just say nickname. I recommend if you're going to be growing a lot of accounts to make sure you're keeping track, make sure you're adding the right name of the account so that way it doesn't get cluttered. If you're just putting in Instagram account 1, Instagram account 2, and so you're going to forget which ones it is. Add the specific information, add the username. You'll go down to this bar right here. You'll type in the name of the account as it appears on Instagram and the password. You'll click validate down here. Jarvee will do its thing. And if everything is good to go, it'll say valid down here. All right. Once you got that done, I want you to go down here. I want you to click Show Advanced Profile Settings. This is something that's going to be different from the first Jarvee tutorial I did. We are going to make our settings more human-like. We're going to add a sleep timer. Now, the reason for this is because I don't want Instagram noticing that I'm running actions 24 hours a day. They're going to be like, this guy doesn't sleep. He's not human. He's a robot. Let's block his account. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to go down here and click Enable Night Mode. These options should pop up. Me personally, I have European followers. You got to remember that not everybody's on the same time zone. So you want to be able to be running your actions when most people are awake, not just yourself. To do that, I've set my night mode to 11:35 p.m. to 5:47 a.m. That'll allow us to complete all our actions, and it'll also give us a good time frame for everybody's time zones. So randomize the night mode, start between 11 p.m. and 11:59 p.m. and end the night mode between 5 a.m. and 6:45 a.m. Now this will hit the people that are in Europe, and this will also be good for the people that are in California. Everything else, leave it to default, but come down here and click Use Embedded Browser to follow when action blocked, and Use Embedded Browser to like when action blocked. That'll help us out once we get action blocked. All right, so that's it for that. You can close that out. Good to go now. Now you want to click on your tools icon, click on the profile that you added to Jarvee when you started. Now listen, your tabs might look different up here. What you can do is pause the video, see which tabs that I have set up because I believe these are the most important ones. Go up here, click Manage Tabs. Feel free to pause the video and copy exactly what I got here because we're really only going to be using 3, but a lot of these are important if you want to start nitpicking things as you continue with the program. So now that we got our Follow tab pulled up, I want you to go in here and start customizing your settings. Now these are super optimized settings to make us more human-like. We don't want to be spammy with this program. We don't want to create any issues for the other users on Instagram, and we don't want Instagram to notice that we are bot-like. So for your follow settings, you're going to wait between 2 and 5 minutes before each new operation. You're going to follow between 5 to 10 people per operation, with a delay of 60 to 90 seconds between each follow. That's going to give us enough time where we're not going to get action blocked for our follows. Now, we are going to add a random sleep time because you're not going to be following all day. We want Instagram to see that we're not active at certain points of the day, or maybe that we're taking a break. So we're going to add a random sleep time between 5 and 10 minutes after executing 15 to 20 operations. Don't worry about stopping the tool. Sunday through Saturday is what we're going to be running. Now, for brand new accounts, we're going to start off slow, follow a maximum of 50 to 75 people per day, increased each day by 50 until it reaches a maximum of 600 followers per day. That's going to allow us to reach over 532 followers per day, maybe a couple hundred less than what we were originally running, but if we keep those settings on a new account, we're going to get action blocked. Skip down here to the user filters, which is a nice way that Jarvee enables us to target who we're following, make sure we're following authentic accounts, make sure we're not following business accounts, people that don't care about the notifications that we're putting in their timelines. We're going to skip non-English users unless you speak a different language and would like to target users. For me personally, I target English users because my YouTube is in English, my Instagram's in English, and that's what I'm going after. User has to have a profile image. We don't want to get any inactive accounts. I like to target users that have a minimum of 9 posts on their Instagram. I don't like to target users that, have 4 accounts. Usually that means that they're not active on the program. So I like to skip over that. Everything else I leave blank until we get down to user has a number of followings in a specific range of 80 to 2,000 followers, which means that 80 to 2,000 people are following their account. All right. Anything over that, and you start to get people that won't care about you following them. They're trying to get famous on Instagram as well. They're not really going to care about you following them, and they're probably not going to follow back. Make sure the user has posted within the last 90 days and ensures that the accounts are active. Most people have posted within the last 90 days. Do not follow private users, or your notifications are just going to get lost in somebody's request folder. Skip business accounts. Business accounts generally don't care that you follow them. They're there for business. They're there to get followers, not to be following people back. Do not follow accounts with users with more than 5 digits in their usernames. The reason I type 5, it gives people the ability to write their birthday and their zip code in their Instagram name, because a lot of people like to do that, and we don't want to limit Jarvee from following those kinds of people. But anything over 5, usually spam. All right, we're going to follow male and females unless you want to specifically target one gender or the next. All right, go down to your after follow actions, skip wait time with no more results, like the user's latest posts. I recommend waiting 30 to 60 seconds before each like, and like a maximum number of 2 posts. Like random posts, and like before follow for 50% of the posts. That means that we're going to be liking the pictures before we follow, because when you go to an Instagram user's profile, you'll scroll down and look at their content before you'll follow them. Makes it more human-like. That's what we're after. Ninja way of doing it, because a lot of people have an issue with, once you start following 800 or 500 to 600 people a day, you get a lot of people in your timeline that you don't want to really be there. So I recommend checking mute user after follow. That way your timeline can stay consistent with what you want to see and not with what Jarvee's following. So make sure you click that. All right, so once you got your new follow settings niched down, you're going to go to your follow sources. This is what I use. Now, it's different for everybody depending on what type of traffic you're going after. I recommend following followers of targeted accounts and following users that interacted with the posts on those accounts, because we're going after engaged Instagram users that if they follow you back are going to like and comment on your pictures. We don't want to follow inactive accounts or ghost followers, all right? So now these are specific to me for this account. This is very targeted. I wouldn't copy what I'm following because I'm going after certain YouTubers. So I would niche down your own targeted sources. Make sure your follow sources are authentic accounts with authentic followers. A lot of people that aren't growing from Jarvee, it's because your sources are bad. You need to make sure your sources are good. You need to make sure you're following accounts with real followers, because if they have fake followers or fake engagement, you're going to be follow, unfollow, and liking on accounts that aren't real. So you can't expect those accounts to follow you back. It's not going to happen. So once you got your follow sources niched down, Make sure the selection rank, the one it picks from first will be the 10. Anything under that will be the next selection. So I set this one to 9. It's not 1. I had a comment on one of my Jarvee accounts that said 1 is the main. It's not. It's 10. So if you put 1, they're probably not going to pick from that. So make sure it's 10. Anything less than that, 9, 8, 7 is the order that Jarvee will scrape users. Okay. All right, guys. After you got your follow tab set, you're going to go over here to the unfollow tab. And you are going to pretty much mimic the follow settings. But the unfollow settings, we're always going to be unfollowing 25 more users per day than we're following. That way our follow to follower ratio will stay where it's got to be, and we will not go over the 7,500 follower limit that Instagram gives us. Okay. Unfollow people after a minimum of 1 day. That's personal preference. I like to just go a day. I'm more targeting people that are going to click on the link in my profile and maybe stick around to follow me. Some of you might want to wait 7 days before you unfollow people. Just keep in mind, if you're following 600 people a day, after 7 days, you're going to have, over 3,500 people on your followers tab. You run the risk of going over that 7,500 limit and the bot slowing down, and you can run into some issues. So I recommend 1 to 3 days at the most. All right. You're going to wait between 2 and 4 minutes before each new operation. Unfollow 1 to 10 people per operation, with a delay of 60 to 90 seconds between each unfollow. Super safe settings. Execute between all day. Keep everything else default. Unfollow limits, we're going to start at 50 to 75 per day, increasing 50 until it reaches 625, which is 25 more people than our follow settings. We're going to unfollow all users followed by Jarvee unless they are commenters. So if it follows somebody, they follow you back, and they comment on your post, we're not going to unfollow them. We're going to reward engaged followers by following them and not making them see that we've unfollowed them and then they unfollow us back. We want people on our profile that are going to be commenting and they're going to be liking. So that's it. Once you have your sources and your follow and unfollow tab locked down, go up here, click the stopped icon on each one to make sure that they are running. This bar will turn to green and we'll be good to go. I'm not going to do this right now because I haven't optimized the account yet. All right, now we're going to head over into our like tool because that's what we're focusing on. We're focusing on follow, unfollow, and like. On settings. All right, for our like options, we're going to make sure we are waiting between 2 and 5 minutes before each new operation. We are liking between 2 and 5 posts per operation with a delay of 90 and 120 seconds between each like. It's a lot slower than my original tutorial. It's keeping the like operation safe, giving us less chance for an action block. Now, action blocks can still happen, guys. It doesn't really mean that the settings are bad. It's just the new algorithm, Instagram picks up on it a little bit easier, but with these settings, should be really safe. Execute between 12 a.m. and 11:59 p.m. That's fine. Like a maximum of 50 to 75 posts per day. Increase each day by 50 until it reaches 450. That should net you at about almost 400 likes per day. Pretty good because you're also going to be liking people that you're following. So you'll be doing about 800 total likes per day. Skip non-English users, personal preference. User has a profile picture. User is not following this account. I'll be manually liking people's posts from Instagram myself that I'm following. So I like to keep Jarvee attacking people that aren't following me. So user is not following this account. User has a minimum of 9 posts. I like people that are actively posting on the platform. They're more engaging. Do not like accounts with more than 5 digits in the username. Same thing as for the follow setting. Go down here to post filters. We're going to like images and videos posted within the last 90 days. Filter posts by the number of likes. I like to keep my posts at 0 to 500. If a post is getting 1,000 likes, your likes just going to get drowned out. So keep that between 0 and 500. Go down to after action likes. Suspend when we're temporary blocked between 60 and 90 minutes, and skip wait time with no more results. Now for the same thing for our follow sources, we're going to go in here. I like to run like posts of followers and followings, and like posts of users that interacted with posts on targeted accounts. Now this is targeted for this account for me. Generally, I'll use hashtags for my likes, but for this, I'm going to be going after engaged followers that are more than likely to come to my account, engage with my content, and click the link in my bio. Hashtags aren't that great for what I'm trying to do with this account, but if you're running a theme page or something like that, you're going to want to put your likes based off of hashtags. All right. So this is specific for me. This is personal preference for you guys. Break it down by how you want it and how you think it'll work best for growing your account. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it. Those are my settings for 2019. Feel free to slow down the video if I went a little too fast. Again, if you're not getting action blocked on the settings from before, don't change it. If this is a new account for 2019, follow this tutorial and get those settings down and more human-like so that you don't get action blocked. Let me give you a little bit of results. Now, my main account, I've been running for about a year on it, and look, it's reached over 141,000 people. So I've followed over 141,000 people. I've unfollowed over 140,000 people. I've liked about 74,900 posts. These are a couple other accounts that I'm growing. A lot of my other client accounts I've deleted so that you guys don't see them, just privacy purposes. And that's it, guys. I hope you guys are growing. I hope you guys found value in this new tutorial. If you did, click the like button. Please ask any questions down below. I'll try to get back to you. If not, hit me up on Instagram. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. More videos to come.